But more importantly, business to business, we have shared a lot of experiences, interactions, common interests. This is the kind of partnership that we have cultivated for ourselves. Your Excellency, Mr. President, my brother, why should this country import salt from Europe? We need to address those issues. Logistics, road. So, Mr. President, we are happy with this upgrade of our partnership to a binational council. And I think we want to fully utilize this.
Africa is experiencing a silent revolution, shaped both by the firmness of arms and the intelligence of exchanges. In the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are writing an unprecedented chapter. Inherited borders that once divided are becoming lines of cooperation. Security is now conceived collectively, and the economy follows: livestock, gold, cereals. Flows are opening up and redrawing regional routes. A new grammar of sovereignty is taking hold: coordinate, produce, exchange, at home, for us. Further south, over 3,000 kilometers away, Zambia and Botswana prove that concrete integration changes lives. The Kazungula Corridor smooths crossings, compresses logistics costs, speeds up copper leaving Lusaka and beef arriving from Gaborone. Simplified permits, trucks moving, families working. When a border ceases to be a wall, it becomes a bridge. This is no coincidence, it's a strategy. When a Malian soldier secures a mine invested by Burkinabe. When a Zambian trucker delivers to Botswana without endless delays. Then colonization becomes a ghost, technically, economically, irreversibly. Secured borders mean controlled resources mean wealth finally circulating among Africans. This Africa no longer asks for permission. It trades. It decides. It advances. And today, two voices rise to say it clearly: enough. Enough of ruler-drawn borders fragmenting our peoples. Zambia and Botswana carry a vision beyond politics, an Africa that exchanges freely, travels without barriers, and stands united as one continent. The future is borderless. The future is African. And it begins here, between Lusaka and Gaborone, before spreading across the entire continent. Now to the leaders. Let us hear their words.
Family, if I may say so. Botswanas and Zambians share a lot in common, not just a border, physical border, by the way, drawn by us, by people seated in Berlin sometime, years back, and sometimes cut families and separated them into two different countries. So we have a lot of commonalities, people to people. Language, I must say, as you were singing your national anthem, I know my Minister of Infrastructure probably would have tried to join you because he speaks the language. I understand the language myself by virtue of that proximity. But so is the case with many Zambians. But more importantly, business to business, we have shared a lot of experiences, interactions, common interests. As this afternoon, Mr. President, you'll be visiting our United Capital Fertilizers. That company has some Botswana money in it because it was able to raise money on the Botswana Stock Exchange and evolving into not just a national player, but a regional player in terms of fertilizer production and therefore exports into the region. This is the kind of partnership that we have cultivated for ourselves, Your Excellency, Mr. President, my brother, but also we have other businesses that, in my view, really, we would like to encourage to work together. The two economies must work together, exploit each other's capabilities, and we ought to move to a point where it becomes automatic. When Botswana is importing certain commodities Zambia produces, it's automatic that the source will be Zambia, and vice versa. I've given the President an example when we were in our private room there, that trucks should move from here, across our common asset, the Kazungula Bridge, into Kasane, into Botswana, carrying feedstock manufactured to spec the Botswana need. And when it returns over the same bridge, it must carry both salt, Botswana salt, just to reinforce the point I'm making. And why should this country import salt from Europe and leave salt next door? Cheaper, I'm talking of a landed cost, because it's next door, obtained next door. And the trucks will return with full loads, which makes it commercially sensible for such an operator of transport. But more importantly, by that kind of trade, Your Excellency, we will be keeping the money in the region. And that's the capital we should use to develop other businesses. Air links, we discussed with my brother, we have to fly through other countries, sometimes overfly each other in order to only return to the next door neighbor. We need to address those issues. Logistics, road, transport, rail link, Botswana, Zambia. I'm happy to connect with our Namibian brothers, tripartite project. These are the sort of things that should become automatic in the way we do business with each other. And when we've done that, we'll grow our economies, we'll create jobs, we'll create business opportunities. We will improve or enhance our treasury incomes. So we can look after the sick, the old, the young, those that live with disabilities. The story goes on. So, Mr. President, we are happy with this upgrade of our partnership to a binational council. And I think we want to fully utilize this so that two governments don't just speak politics. Yes, we need political stability. We need peace, security, absolutely. So we don't export instability to other countries. So the two of us must ensure that two countries that we secure within our boundaries and then across each other's borders. And we contain negative vices. We then can focus on a developmental agenda. I think ministers, technical teams, this is what the presidents would like to see going forward. Raise a focus on deliverables as opposed to processes, not to meet to discuss by conclusion when the next meeting should take place, but to meet to drive deliverables, to meet to discuss the results of the efforts that we've made for our two economies and what else we need to do so we can make that as a habit. I know governments like working in a certain way, but I think processes are important, but outcomes are more important. So the President and I would like to see us working together at the regional level. We want to thank, Mr. President, your support, Botswana's support to the Zambian candidate, SADC candidate to the African Development Bank. Botswana remained steadfast in that direction, and we want to commit to you that Zambia will do the same when we have Botswana who is vying for office in the region, Africa, and beyond the global community. With the trade wars going on, Mr. President, I return to economy, investment, trade. We have an obligation to do more with each other. And our teams, cabinets, must be alive to the changes that are happening to the global environment. And we must take advantage of that. Mr. President, I want to end here and thank the teams, our technical teams, our ministers, and now ourselves, but for the work done so far. I think it should ease our meeting today. And I want to close by saying, President, thank you for staying a day more to officiate at our agricultural show tomorrow. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, my dear colleagues from both sides.